You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with Lyndia Grant.
Well, good evening, Radio 1 listeners. Thank you for tuning in to The Lyndia Grant Show. We are here again. Oh, my goodness, where has this month gone? Today is July 31st. Can you believe it? Another month gone already. People are going back to school and lots of exciting things are happening. So, but for the second guest today, I'm going to talk to a group called kidbiz.com. Kidbiz.com is a part of the Mayor's Summer Youth Program, and these young people put on a conference every year about children who have businesses. So you're going to want to hear that, and it's usually very successful, and I'm glad to have had them on today. Now let's talk to Dr. Julianne Malvo for about 10 minutes about what's going on in the world with politics. Dr. Julianne.
Always a pleasure, Lyndia, and congrats to these young people who are chasing their dreams and doing entrepreneurship, which we really need to have happen.
Yes.
So congratulations to them, and thanks to the mayor for supporting this program. This was one of the initiatives of Mayor Marion Barry, who believed that children, young people should have summer jobs with the district. So let's just take a moment and thank Mayor Barry and also Mayor Bowser for continuing along these lines.
Yes.
Now, in the news, Tuesday, Senator Lindsey Graham was memorialized. The president eulogized his good friend. Graham was 71 years old, so a little younger than me, than you. But we sit here and look at this man in the prime of his life, really, with an unexpected injury that caused him to die. It's said that that man who lives in a house that enslaved people built, it's said that he is contemplating his own mortality. Well, there's a solution for that. He can always resign if he feels like the job is too much. But in any case, the Lindsey Graham death cuts a hole in the Republican, what can I say, in their Voltron, in their wall. It cuts a hole for them.
It weakened them a bit. Yes.
Quite a bit. He is, among other things, he was a friendly, kind person, even though we didn't agree with him at all. But what we do know about him, he got along with just about everybody, and people are missing that. They don't have very many on that side who get along with everybody. Many, have too much to say, too much to do. But in any case, Tuesday he was memorialized, and he will be buried in South Carolina by the end of the week, Friday. And his sister, her name is Darlene, has been appointed the senator now from South Carolina. And the big question for them now is whether she will run for the permanent position or whether there's three others who want to run for the position. But the governor is supporting her. He appointed her. He's supporting her. The president is supporting her. She's likely to be very similar to her brother. So there we have it. We have another Senate seat that's up for grabs. She will run and someone will run against her, and we'll see what happens. But Lindsey Graham, rest in peace. Don't rest in power, but rest in peace. We are basically mourning and with the rest of the nation. He was a decent man, although we disagree with him strongly. Now, and one of the things about Lindsey Graham, he was a really great supporter of Ukraine. He talked about sanctions against Russia. Again, we'll see how all of that plays out. There's so many issues in the world stage that's just one of many. Of course, we have the issue of Iran and the fact that so far we have spent $57.5 billion. Let me repeat that. $57.5 billion on this war in Iran. And according to some estimates, we may go up to as many as $87 billion. So we look at that, Lyndia, and we look at the needs we have here at home, and we just have to ask why. What is
Mm-hmm.
the purpose? What's the end game? And
Mm-hmm.
we don't have an answer because those who are in power really don't have an answer. But the Iran issue is not going to go away anytime soon. Now, the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, collects data so that we can show whether and when there's discrimination. Um, Last week, the EEOC said they don't want to collect the data anymore. They don't believe there's any discrimination, and they're not going to collect the data to show that there is. And so, what we have is a situation where decades, 50 years of data is going to be invalidated or at least not updated. Those of us who use this data, I use some of this data for my doctoral dissertation. Some of us who use this data are very, very disturbed. But meanwhile, if you can't measure it, if you can't measure it, you can't say there's discrimination. So this administration has wanted to say over and over and over again, there is no discrimination. Well, if you don't have any data, you really can't prove it. Some states will continue to collect this data, but many will not. So there's a problem. However, there's something those of you who are listening can do. There's a period called the public comment period. The public comment period. And this is a period where you can say, I think it's important for us to collect this data. I think we have to collect this data. So I'm inviting people to go onto the EEOC's website and to send in a comment and say, this data is important. If you've been discriminated against or use the data, or have the data used for you to get back pay or something, we have until, I believe it's August the 15th or 16th to make a public comment. So I'm inviting folks to do that. It's really important to make sure.
Dr. J, can I just jump in and say for thousands of years, unfortunately, they keep trying to rewrite our history. Because when you look back, it's so much that has been erased and keeps starting over. And every time we get somewhere, it changes. So that I just wanted to get that out.
No, I'm glad you did because it is important. Many people who are listening have had back pay because of EEO1 data. Many people have had advantages because of EEO1 data. The data doesn't lie. The fact is they just don't want to hear it. They don't, and because they don't want to hear it, they decide to ignore it. Now, Lyndia, we here in Washington are very challenged with some news at Howard University. About 500 students were disenrolled from the university.
I heard about that. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it's a really horrible situation. What happened is about 500 young people were told they were admitted. Some of them had financial aid. They didn't have everything. They were told, no, you can't come. Young people were packing their suitcases, getting ready to come to school, and they said, no, they can't come. Now, after it hit the Washington Post, of course, Howard has said they can come. Of course, they have to pay their bill. And here's what happens at HBCUs. You know, I used to be a president. I understand.
Yes.
You gotta pay. The university you can't come free. And by law, colleges cannot carry but so much debt. By law, there's a limit to the amount of debt that the university can carry. So if Lyndia doesn't pay, then Howard doesn't pay, then the federal government says, well, no, Lyndia didn't pay, and that put everybody in jeopardy. So that's kind of what happened. But the way that they handled it was very clumsy, very last minute. Some young people were coming. They were packed, they were ready to come, and they told them no, they couldn't come. They disenrolled them.
So as a president, you already know that's something they should have figured out way before it got to that point.
Absolutely. So it's, unfortunately, I love Howard University. We call it, the mother lode of
Yes,
HBCUs,
but the truth is the truth.
but the transparency is a problem. You don't
Mm-hmm.
tell young people in July that you can't come in August.
Mm-mm.
And some of these young people actually have the money. Many of them have loans or the grants,
Mm-hmm.
but there seems that the administration seems to be rigid and intransient, and that is a bad look not only for Howard but for all HBCUs. You had white people writing to the Washington Post, how about, see, this is why people don't go to HBCUs, and that's BS.
Yes,
That's
it is.
BS. But what we have to do as HBCUs is a better job of communicating. So that's where we are. Now let's talk for a minute about the economy. Consumer confidence is down for like the third month in a row. Inflation is up. Only 57,000 jobs were created last month, which is a very low number. So the economy, of course, is in trouble. 57,000 jobs is nothing. What's going on? Well, we know what's going on. The economy is shady and shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the administration is spending too much time, all this money for Iran, none for anything else.
Billions. Asking for what? 85 billion more.
Right, after having received 37.5 billion, now asking for 87 billion more.
Oh, Lord.
And how many schools could this build?
Mm-hmm.
How many young people could this employ? We've talked about all of this, Lyndia, but the fact is that this president, and there's no out game. Usually, when you start a fight, at least me, you know what the out game is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we started this fight. We're gonna have this fight. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. It's gonna be over with. Well, no, in this case, nothing has happened, and basically, people are starving. People are starving, and Iran is not doing any better either. But the president says that he's going to have some more talks. They're going to have some, to what end? Remember when he started out, he said, oh, this only going to be a couple of weeks.
Yes, I do.
And here now we're, more than 6 months in, and we're spending money like it's water. And there is no plausible. Iran doesn't care. That's the thing. Iran does not care. They can keep this thing up forever.
Only got about a minute to go, Dr. J.
Okay, just a minute. Let me very quickly say that there is a problem here in Washington, D.C. I know we have listeners all over the world, but in Washington, D.C., we're at a fiscal cliff. The mayor will not sign the budget. She doesn't care. She's not going to be the mayor next year. But the budget
Don't make me laugh. Go ahead. It's true, though. It is true.
The budget is in trouble, and she won't sign it. And we are just sitting here saying, what's going to happen to Washington, D.C.? Janice Lewis George, we have not heard from her about a plan, but she is the presumptive mayor-elect because she won the Democratic primary. So I'm hoping that she has some really good advisors to help us get through this fiscal cliff, which the mayor will not participate in, won't sign the budget.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was important. I had not heard that, but thank you.
Absolutely, Lyndia. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right. You do the same, and thanks for being our guest every week, Dr. Julianne Malvo. Go to our commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
If it wasn't for my care coach at AmeriHealth, I probably wouldn't be so healthy right now. As a man, we don't get checkups or see a doctor regularly anyways. It's probably just a man thing because none of my partners go either. We know we should, but we just don't, and hope it works out.
So what changed for you?
AmeriHealth assigned me a care coach, somebody that gives one-on-one help, answer questions, explain things, and help set my appointments. She also helped me understand what having high blood pressure really means and ways to manage it so it doesn't kill me. It ain't nothing to play with. If you're a member of AmeriHealth, ask for a care coach. I'm glad I got mine.
At AmeriHealth, if you need a care coach, you can have one. Just call us at 1-877-759-6224 to get connected. 1-877-759-6224. This program is funded in part by the government of the District of Columbia Department of Healthcare Finance. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
This is Frank Smith with the African American Civil War Museum in Washington, D.C., located at 1925 Vermont Avenue Northwest on the Green Line. Did you know that a recent study found that children who visit museums do better in school and in life than children who do not? So parents, teachers, and preachers, let's get moving. I promise you, if you bring your children to the African American Civil War Museum, they will be inspired by the images that they see. They will be impressed by our living history reenactors who are always available, and they will be involved in our scavenger hunt that takes them throughout our exhibit. That's the African American Civil War Museum, 1925 Vermont Avenue. Our hours are 10 to 6:30 on weekdays, 12 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. See it, be inspired.
Thank you for tuning in to the Lyndia Grant Show. Now for our second half, I have today two guests from an organization called KidBiz.com. Caprice, and she's going to be, Caprice, are you the young lady?
Yes.
Caprice Shamley, and she has a gentleman with her, and they are going to talk to us about a project that they are working, I guess, in conjunction with Children's Legacy Theater. The two are working together, but Caprice is going to explain what's going on with Kid Biz. Caprice, tell us a little bit about you and about Kid Biz.
Sure. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Caprice Shambley. I am the program director for Youth Entrepreneur Institute. And with me today, I have...
My name is Elijah Robinson.
And he is one of our youth entrepreneurs. We are a nonprofit organization who over the summer work with young people to help them start their own business. We are having our final, what we call our wonderful closing ceremony, which is Kid BizCon. It will take place on August 3rd and 4th. We have a pitch competition for our new entrepreneurs. That's going to be on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, we have a wonderful conference for youth to come out to learn about entrepreneurship and to be able to learn different areas of entrepreneurship and their professional development. And so we're very excited about that coming up.
Tell me about Kids Biz. Do you already have some existing kid businesses? Is that what, because it's like having children start businesses now. Do you have some example? Tell me about some of them and the successes and failures.
So we have actually 30 youth businesses that will be on site. They will be vending, as well as we'll have the 24 youth that worked with us over the summer who started their businesses. And that's why we also have Elijah with us today, because he is one of our youth business.
Hello.
Tell us about it, Elijah. And I like your bush. I'm sorry they can't see you. It's beautiful.
I really appreciate it. Now for Kid BizCon, it's me, well, not me particularly, but me and others either vending or in the gifting suite or people that's presenting. It will be students. It will be 8 students, and out of the 8, the judges will decide who win. There's a cash prize. So
and what kind of businesses? What kind of businesses will they have? Sample,
it depends.
Just a few.
There's some people that are into baking. There's some people that provide services like car detailing. There are others that create bracelets and fragrances.
Why don't you tell her a little bit about your business?
My business is a fragrance business. I create a balm. It's called Cologne Balm. It's for my business. My name is Elijah. My business name is Too Fresh. With my company, I create cologne balm that lasts long. It's great for people with sensitive skin. I wanted to be more inclusive for people that wanted something that lasts long and didn't want to use spray cologne because people are allergic to certain products, and I wanted to cater to that. With me, I was always in the fragrance, always like smelling certain types of colognes and perfumes. And with my product, mine's is better because it creates high quality. It's high quality. It's great for people that wanted something to carry. So I want to come into school. I can't carry a spray. So with a balm, it's way better. It's smaller, so you can carry it like if you're going on a plane or anything like that.
So
It's
it's
very
sort of,
cool.
is it as small as chapstick tube or a little bigger?
It's similar. It's like it can fit in your palm.
Uh-huh.
It's not too big, not too small. It's just right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like that. I like that. So tell me when this event is going to be. You're going to have all the youth vendors at an event that's coming up. Tell us where it's going to be and when it's going to be.
So the event is going to take place at Bard High School in Early College, which is located at 1351 Alabama Avenue Southeast. It's open to the public, and they could register online with us if they are interested in coming and participating. Again, it will be Monday, August 3rd. That will be our pitch competition that will take place from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Tuesday, August 4th, is when we have our big showcase and we have our workshops for leadership labs and things of that nature for young people. And that'll be from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Now, are the kids in the leadership training they already selected, or can anyone listening have their children attend, or is that already a done deal?
No, it is open to the public. If there are young people out there that want to come out and participate in our leadership, our labs, we also will be doing demonstrations for T-shirt printing as well as candle making, and we'll also have some wonderful speakers here. They are more than welcome to come out and participate if they're interested.
Is there a fee to participate?
No, this is a completely free event.
And is there an age limit?
The ages that we're catering to are from elementary through high school, but we also encourage parents to accompany their young people, as well as if you're a college student and you're interested in working with our organizations, you can come out. And we would love to have our community-based leaders to come out and see what we do.
All right. Tell me this. Have you all done this before? Is this a first, second, fifth, or 10th annual, or what is going on with that?
Actually, YI has been in existence for 10 years, and we have been putting on this event every summer for the last, other than during COVID, for the last 8 years.
And how has the success and turnout been?
It's wonderful. We usually host anywhere between 200 and 300 youth to come out. So it's always a very energetic experience.
Oh, that's so good. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. How have you been getting the word out then? Because I haven't had you on my show.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, but we do press release every year, and we do interviews the same way that we're doing with you. And we are definitely looking to expand that. We also have a partnership with the Department of Employment Services. Many of our youth work with us during the summer job internship program. They also get paid while they're working with us during their internship program. So they pretty much get paid to learn how to start their own business. It's a wonderful partnership. So we get a lot of referrals through the DC Department of Employment Services, as well as partner with other organizations like Children's Legacy Theater.
Oh yeah, I love the idea of this. This is very good, because we need as many African American children, Black children, thinking about being entrepreneurs. So when they go to college or not go to college, my brother had a floor business. He got killed from being a business owner, unfortunately, in 1978, but he had learned how to sand and refinish floors. As a matter of fact, he was killed in July 1978, around the 28th, a few days from now. So it's good that I'm reminded of him, Elton Leon Grant. And he had a floor business on Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. and he had that floor business, and it was highly successful. He had not been to college. As a matter of fact, he dropped out of high school but went back to Dunbar and got his high school as an adult. And he was so
Mm-hmm.
proud. He had his graduation cap and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a secretary that worked for him that got fired because she wasn't good. And he let her go, and she was upset and had him murdered. It's a
Oh
long story.
my.
You can go back and look it up. It's in the newspaper. It was on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That he went to the fourth district police and reported that he suspected something. They had him in a bulletproof vest, and
Mm.
he went. The Riggs Bank on 14th Street is no longer there, but there was a Riggs Bank that he went to at 14th and U. And
Mm-hmm.
he was in his Jeep, and when he came out, the police were there in plain clothes, and
Mm-hmm.
they caught the guy that came up and shot him in the throat, but they took him to
Mm.
Washington Hospital Center, and he died. But
Oh,
the
I'm so
story,
sorry
the
to hear
point of me telling that story is he was an entrepreneur who
that.
started
Mm-hmm.
his own business, did so well. He was doing brand new homes out in Virginia, all over DC,
Mm-hmm.
even did some floors in the White House. I was married and young, but if I needed some money, I knew I could call on him. He was there to help
Mm-hmm.
take care of my mom. So I'm saying this to say what a great thing it is for young people to have their own businesses. And he had every year, like your Marion Barry program,
Mm-hmm.
my younger brothers worked for him. They learned how to do
Mm-hmm.
floors. He would pay them to have summer jobs learning how to do it. And guess what? One of the boys that was only 10 or 11 is Dalton, has a floor business in Los Angeles, has been on magazine covers, and that's been all these years ago, 50 years.
Wow.
He has
Wow.
done floors for Barry Gordon, for football players. Why? Because he learned at such a young age with my brother who was killed. So this story fits in so perfect with Kid Biz, talking about how important it is for you to get children started at an early age. Because look at what he did.
Yes. There's a you touched on some really great points because our organization mainly focuses on wards 7 and 8. We're south of the river, so that is definitely our demographic that we target.
Mm-hmm.
And our our line is we put poverty out of business,
Mm-hmm.
and we really believe that no matter what a young person's goals are, whether they are to go to college, my stand is everybody needs a side hustle.
That's
Everybody
right.
needs those skills that will release you from being under the hand of someone else, determining your income limits. And a lot of times when you work for corporations, they're determining how much you make. But to be able to have the freedom to set your own ceiling when it comes to finances,
Mm-hmm.
and introducing our young people to a different state of financial literacy is
Oh,
extremely
and
important.
look at that, because these boys were young, and all three of my younger brothers, Dalton, Shelton, and Felton, all learned how to do floors under my brother
Mm-hmm.
that was killed back in 1978. They all learned it,
Mm-hmm.
and they all worked together with my older brother that lives in California now. He was a young boy at that time, but
Mm-hmm.
he's the one that took up the mantle. And you know what? Caprice, several cousins even have floor businesses.
That's
It was
wonderful.
like it really took off in the family. It was one of those kind of businesses that was like an octopus, had all kinds of legs because he did so well. They figured out how to have their own businesses because he didn't just hire brothers, he also hired relatives, and all of them ended up having businesses.
And it sounds like your brother did what is so important in our community, which is building legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry to hear the way that his life ended, but he left such a
Yes, he
mark, and
did.
that's how we live forward is
That's right.
by the seeds that we plant. And it seems like he built a forest.
He did. He passed it forward. Well, I want to
Hmm.
encourage you to, we almost out of time. So remind people again where and when to come and let them know it's free.
Yes, please come out to our free event on August 3rd from 4 to 7 for our pitch competition, and August 4th from 11:30 to 4:30 to Kid BizCon. My name is Caprice Chambly. I am the program director, and we're with Youth Entrepreneur Institute. You can find us at yidc.org/Kid BizCon, and that's KIBBIZCON.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much, Caprice. And
Thank you.
And your gentleman's name again is?
Elijah Robinson.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Robinson. All right.
Thank you.
Does it for the Lyndia Grant Show for this week. Good day.
Thank you for listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with your host, Lyndia Grant.